What's going on, gamers? We got a fraud here to expose, and it's crazy that a lot of people don't pay attention to certain gamer profiles on Twitter because AGN does. Now, this account here has spread something that got up to 1.6 million views, which is actually crazy. And you're going to be surprised at how this turns out and how many people are actually falling for this. Now, would I think this would be bad if Microsoft was actually doing this? No. Do I trust Microsoft to do this? No. Will it change Xbox if they did this? Barely, because the brand is so damaged, it doesn't really matter. Gold Gaming is one of the fakest Twitter accounts in the gaming world in Twitter. He posts developing, right? Check mark. Like, it's officially confirmed. Nobody's seen this, and there's like no insider information that you can trust it's official saying this. And a lot of people, and there was a community note that was actually debunking this. He says, new leak says Xbox Project Helix, and there's a lot to read on this, and I'm going to tell you a lot here, will be coming with a disk drive. Where did it say that? It's interesting when you have a positron inside leak coming out, letting you know that Microsoft wants to announce something this week. We're on Friday. Where's it at? I haven't seen it, right? All this stuff that gets made up, where you want to convert your physical copy into a digital copy. We know that Helix is going to be a OEM PC, but with official Xbox support. But what PC supports disk drives, right? If Microsoft does that, sure, that would be innovative and cool for a hybrid model, but nobody is going to want to buy a $1,500 or $2,000 console like experience. I'm saying nobody's buying it. Your brand, nobody cares to buy your hardware. They don't need it. And when it comes to Xbox fanboys, you're so fake. You don't support or buy games. You're on the rent Game Pass the whole generation, and almost 70% of your install base is like Series S. You guys are such frauds. You literally have supported a non-physical generation more than anyone this entire generation and last generation. Sony just announced they're going to do that in 2028. But you do not buy games at all. Your market is dead. Game Pass Day 1 has definitely killed it, and you don't buy games anyway. You've been on a renting service, and you've been playing a discless console the majority of the generation. All of you, the majority. Look at the numbers. It's right there. So I don't understand why you're trying to come out and make a big deal here as if like Microsoft's about to fire back and pull a PlayStation. They're going to be in PlayStation's position. Like, please wake up. Don't go back to sleep any more than you need to, because it's already bad enough. So there is no confirmation that the Xbox Project Helix will be coming with a disk drive. Where? And this account says it's one of the fakest accounts, like I said. There had been rumors, and now it seems confirmed. Who confirmed it? Confirmed means that Microsoft did it. Xbox will have a disk drive and PlayStation will not. Who knows if Sony's going to add an optional disk drive to support PS5, PS4 games? We still got to get to 2028 to figure out how they're going to finalize this. Are we seeing this right here? Yeah. And we're going to go to the Twitter post too, because this is blowing up out of nowhere. And then there's a whole bunch of Xbox fanboys besides Adidas. I like Adidas. He's a cool guy. Talk to him a lot. He supports my channel. He's cool. So not saying nothing about him. That's a homie. Okay. Angelo says, if this is true, so many of us will leave PlayStation and join Xbox. I do not believe this, because the physical medium in the Xbox world has been killed more than any other medium. Sony just announced something huge because they have the biggest third-party support in the industry, the biggest third-party partnerships, the biggest third-party sales. And this phenomenons are known historically in the PlayStation world and in the Sony world, Sony CD. And the CD trends I've explained to PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. So this right here is literally nothing. Sony does not care about 2,000 people coming to like something. What the hell is that going to do? Okay, you got 2,000 sales? You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, like, all this stuff is a bunch of nonsense. Rex says they have a golden opportunity to right the wrong of 13 years ago. I'm sorry, but it's way too late. You think that this would actually help the Xbox Helix and make it somehow recover, and Xbox is back in the world and it's doing well and they're going to be competing head to head with PlayStation? Are you kidding me? The Xbox Helix is dead on arrival. It's going to be a limited copy stock. And what I mean by that, it's going to be the same thing as the Steam machine. It's going to be sold on the Xbox website. You'll probably be able to rent one, and they'll have some probably at like Best Buy, but it's not going to be mass supplied all over in all the areas like Walmart, Target. You know what I mean? When you think about GameStop, when you think about all those other outlets, it's not going to be like that Amazon where you're going to be able to get so many and they're producing millions and millions. No, the market is so like ridiculous right now that you don't even know if Microsoft's going to launch it next year. They may delay it into 2028. And who knows, with this company, they may end up selling off parts of the Xbox brand. You can't trust this company, just like you can't trust Xbox fanboys, because a lot of them are frauds. I'm not going to say 100%, but damn, a lot of them are, because they grift like crazy. So this right here is just giving you an example of people who still don't understand the medium. What AGN is trying to tell you is no matter what happens, right? Xbox hardware is pretty much finished. It can't recover. If you can't see this now, I don't know what to tell you. There is no way the Xbox hardware can recover. I'm telling you, when you can see when something's finished, Sega was wise enough to realize something. Not that they probably couldn't have eventually made another hardware and probably sold pretty solid, but they were just like, it's not worth it, right? No, it isn't. The only people who are going to believe this are frauds like this, frauds like the Gamester channel, Xbox, brainwashed fanboys who literally want to feed you a false pipe dream and are wrong like 97% of the time. They never self-correct. They never come out and admit they were wrong. You do not want to waste your time following somebody like that because they do not guide you down the right path. And they can't give you the full perspective, and they can give you deep aspects of multiple angles on multiple platforms and multiple algorithms. They're not multidimensional. They're very one-dimensional. They're like freaking brain birds. You would literally see the same thing over and over with them. It's a loophole, and it doesn't go anywhere, and there's never any growth, and they still keep on doing the same thing. And they're incapable of handling the truth from content creators like me. They literally can't handle it. They get in their feelings, so they come in and they harass because that's the only thing they know how to do. They can't have a real debate. They won't show up live. You can call them, right? Porter Rock's done it before. I went on Porter Rock's FNL before. And I called out the lamester or gamester fraud. I've called out, Dirty called all of them. You want to know what? They didn't come debate me. You want to know why? Because they don't want the heat, and they cannot debate live. They'll lose because they're going to come with the Xbox background. What is that going to do? That stuff's going to get ripped apart. And they know AGN will do that. So it's interesting that a man who's not really much of a man anyways, hides off the camera, a lot of them, right? They want to harass PlayStation, Nintendo channels, and maybe certain PC channels, but not as much because Xbox is tied into that. They want to harass off the camera, off of somebody else's content that's actually made. But when you ask them, come debate me live in front of hundreds and hundreds of people, or thousands of people are going to see it, they're not going to show ever once. And that's the pathetic part about Xbox fanboys. I'm telling you, I've called them out. I said, come debate me live. I'll say it again. You want to debate me live? Let's go live, right? See, because when you do that, now you're facing me head to head. You're not hiding off a camera in a room. AGN will be right there. You want to know what? They're not going to show. Because they're not capable. They don't have debate skills. They're not that smart. They just parrot and shapeshift. I'm telling you. So listen to AGN. So all this right here is literally just made up and manipulated, but yet it got this big. This is a problem with the grifting world today. You go down here, you see it right here. Rumor claims Xbox Project Helix will keep a disk drive. Whoever said it was going to have one. Will keep disk drive amid PlayStation shift. And I got a feeling if you're doing this, you would have already had it because that's something you actually care about. Guys, think about it. If I wanted to support and give you a disk drive, I would have already had that, whether Sony was doing that or not. I'm not trying to do that to come in. It's like, no. Microsoft has been trying to kill the physical medium for a very long time. And the fact that you think that somehow the Xbox world is going to grow more and Xbox fanboys are going to be happy because they get a physical disc is so fake, because they never went to buy games. They wouldn't even buy digital games cheap. Everything has to get on Game Pass. It's all about renting. Everything has to be on the cloud. And then their biggest console sales are Series S. That is a discless console. Do you see where AGN is coming here? Why he's like saying this is all noise and it's all fake? I'm not falling for this. So a gaming account, see, this is about a game account. This guy right here is a fraud. Sparked excitement by claiming Project Helix, Microsoft's upcoming console PC hybrid, which is literally not going to sell that much at all. Set for 2027, 2028, most likely this, unless they just want to like sell it at a ridiculous price, includes a built-in disk drive, unlike a likely diskless PlayStation 6 after Sony halts physical production in 2028. Yeah, that's what they said. Now, if Microsoft announces this, then we could say something is official here. But I do not have any hope of them doing that. And even then, I could care less because I'm still going to be digital only. And I'm not going to be fake about it. I'm backing up the PlayStation media because that's something that I know that's officially happening so far, at least from what we know. Who knows what could happen by 2028. The post drew over 1 million views. It's up to 1.6 now, with fans cheering the potential edge for used games and collections. But yet, Positron wants you to convert physical games into digital. Doesn't make sense. Probably because they're trying to give you a diskless generation. And this was always going to happen. And Microsoft teamed up with Sony after they announced one of the biggest controversies in the gaming industry. And they dropped Black Ops 1 and 2 digital only and got the PlayStation media moving after that and got PlayStation Plus sparking. And they both made money. Then they announced Modern Warfare 3 for PlayStation Plus. What are we talking about here? Microsoft supporting it. Ding, 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 ding. Why did that happen? Who has Activision? Who monopolized for them? Oh, yeah, let's go blow up digital sales for Black Ops 1 and 2. Lazy ports, right? And give the PlayStation base better treatment than the Xbox base. Consistently spitting in your face, just like with Halo. And then let's drop Modern Warfare 3 on PlayStation Plus. 3 Call of Duties after that. Let's just see. That's why I said PlayStation and Xbox are killing physical ownership. And my title with Call of Duty and GTA. And GTA announces the biggest medium of all time, which is what's going to be with them when they launch GTA 6, and it's diskless. All of them are doing it together. So you thinking that Microsoft is coming to help you out by thinking there's going to be some physical disk drive? You are naive. They don't give a damn about physical copies. All they care about is getting their money back. They don't care about Xbox. A bunch of nonsense. For used games and collections, hey, yeah, that's pretty funny. Though collectors worry about digital-only risk like delistings. Credible reports or reporters like Jez Corden and sites including IGN report no confirmation. That's what I'm saying. Pointing instead to a digital focus and a disk-to-digital converter tool called Positron. That's what IGN was trying to tell you. That's something that we know that was actually supposed to actually get announced this week. That didn't even come out. This is where you're going to be wise to be a skeptic until you actually see it happen. So I don't understand how this gets so big, because that just lets you know how much stuff blows up on a social media and how fake social media can be and deceptive. This literally is empty because it doesn't mean anything. But his check mark and his money, he's going to get some money from that. Okay, I'm not hating on that. But all that stuff outside of that, it's like, it's fake. And then here comes this guy. Sony just handed next gen to Xbox. 21K. Like, bro, I can't believe that you think that the Xbox Helix is somehow going to get next generation victory if they somehow put a disk drive into the Xbox console. Lord help him. The Xbox brand is so damaged that it wouldn't matter. That's what you don't understand. No matter what Microsoft does, nobody's buying their hardware except diehard Xbox fanboys and people who just love the Xbox brand, which that's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I don't see there being nothing wrong with that at all. And if you got a bunch of money and you want to go buy the Helix, I don't see that as being negative. I'm just saying, for the people that think that somehow the Helix has any sense of chance of competing with the PS6, right? You just are not seeing the picture. Those days are over with. It's not hard to figure out. This thing will be lucky if it sold 10 million lifetime. Unless they come out and somehow with some miracle say, oh, we want to subsidize. But Satya said, I'm not subsidizing for you anymore. I'm about to monetize you. I'm going to give you a $500, $600 Xbox Helix S cheap model. But how are they going to be able to do that? No way. You know what I mean? No, the thing's going to have to be like at least $800. And then the more expensive one is going to be like $1,500 to $2,000. And even then, who knows if they'll be able to get it under $1,000. They're not subsidizing. Let's see how the market is in 2027, right? Because you still got to buy parts for that, even if you wanted to launch it in 2028. If the part prices haven't gotten cheaper in 2027, you're still gathering that so you have to put it together and then mass manufacture it and get it ready for 2028. You see how it's hard to kind of escape this? So HGN's just looking at reality here, and he understands how math works. And what the CEO himself said. She said it's too expensive to make Project Helix. He said the same thing. So if it's going to be so expensive, it doesn't matter what you think you're going to add to it on top of how dead the brand is. Like, nobody wants to support the Xbox brand anymore. Nobody trusts Microsoft, besides people who are still gullible. I don't know why you would trust that company. Mikey says, it's funny how since 2021, the console meta has just been Sony and Microsoft going back and forth between who's crapping the bed harder each gen while Nintendo is in the back just doing some BS. I don't know about that. They won a lot. Definitely in the handheld world. I don't know about all this BS. They doing big things. Nintendo always does big things. The one who's BSing is Microsoft. Nintendo's still preserving physical medium. Nintendo got digital games cheaper than physical games. Don't know what you talk about. Still dropping 7 games a year nonstop. If they haven't been on Xbox for the last 10 years, they won't be on it the next gen. No one is leaving PlayStation. All of these people complaining are a bunch of performative monkeys. 100%. This guy is just speaking the real. Like I said, all of this is just a circus show. Don't fall for this. The medium is not changing. I'm telling you, it's set in stone. And you may not want to believe that, but if you asked me, well, Sony not doing physical format, is this going to kill PlayStation next gen? I'll say, I'm sorry, man. I'll put a little small dent, but that's about it. They're going to have and announce other things, and the hordes will come in with all the dogs. They'll run right over it. You're going to be sitting there like, no way. I'm like, yes way. Because you already said that by your money. You put the digital world like that. You said that's what you wanted. Blockbuster has been dead. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? GameStop has been dying. The physical medium has been dying. But whatever's left over, you should still preserve that and give people the option. That's all AGM was ever saying about the physical medium. But do I think that there's some comeback because you're doing something? Here it is again. This is the extreme opposite again. You doing that does not matter because the physical medium is weak. It's just like somebody thinking when Microsoft was trying to go all digital, why would you do that? The medium was weak at the time. The physical medium is dead right now. The percentage is very low. That's why I was like, why are you trying to go digital right now? They should have did it just starting this generation. And they did with the Series S. And that's what they produce the most of. So they flipped from what they did in 2013. Meaning this was the time to actually try doing that. Microsoft has been trying to do it. Why do you think they wanted Game Pass to be Netflix? Because they wanted to turn the entire industry into a renting service. They never cared about physical medium. Microsoft is a Windows company. They're a PC company. Software company, right? This was all about PC. The PC medium has been killing physical. This is what I don't understand about these dumb Xbox fanboys. It literally makes no sense to me. And they come and say dumb stuff like this, like, bro, you ain't competing with Sony anymore. You got stomped. It's over with. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And there's no way you can come back and ever compete again. Your best bet is being a strong third-party publisher. Sean Layden told you the truth. You better pick and choose a lane. You cannot play the Xbox game anymore and play exclusives and try to be a third-party publisher. You can't do that. You don't have a strong enough base to do that. It's not possible. Sony and Nintendo could possibly do it. Nintendo ain't never going to do that. They're going to stick to being Nintendo. But Sony was doing it. And look at that. They still got to 100+ million, even after everything and all the cancels. They can play that game. And Xbox fanboys are mad because they can't play that game. They wish they could be in the PlayStation position, 90-something million consoles right now, and having GTA 6 marketing rights, having exclusives only in that world, and going to PC, but pulling back from PC. Xbox is not pulling back from PC. Watch, all those games are still going to stay on PC. You're not going to see an only on Xbox exclusive. You would literally destroy the profit for that game. You ain't going to make no money because they're not buying anything. So what you mean you want to go to a physical medium in a world that don't buy anything, not even in a digital realm? Come on, man. Let's do some math here. Let's use our brains. No, man, it's not gonna work. So going down, Andy says, I will absolutely buy an Xbox over PlayStation if a disc drive is included. You're just one of those guys that likes physical, but you are a small minority. I'm telling you, nobody's gonna care in the Xbox world. Nobody's shifting over there like you think. It's gonna be like, yeah, KG Gamers, you follow for an account who purposely makes up lies. Yeah, he's a fraud. According to sources, Rockstar will be advertising plays best on Xbox. The source also said Xbox has marketing rights, fake, and will be bundling GTA 6 with the Xbox Series S as the most affordable console to play GTA 6. He's fake. Right? Trending, Xbox Gears of War E-Day is now the #1 most wanted game over GTA 6, according to recent posts. Are you kidding me? PlayStation was hoping Wolverine had more excitement, says sources. And I'm telling you, if you keep on reading his page, it's trending. Xbox is going viral across social media as leaked. Spider-Man shows up on Xbox website. We've heard PlayStation was talking games off PC, but nobody reported games going to rival Xbox. And he has posts like this 24/7. That's what I'm saying. The guy is a total fraud. AGN is just showing you the truth right here. So what do we have to say, man? You're going to find this in this world a lot. And then you'll have stupid comments like this come across. And it's like, what are we doing here? Right? What are we doing here? And then it gets to 15.6K posts on today's news. Something that's not even real. What happened to actual news, man? I can understand if it was some credible leaker or inside source or somebody that's really good, like Nate the Hating them, right? You know what I mean? Like he's legit, right? If he came and said it, or like Jason from Bloomberg, like, because then you feel like you're getting something with some like soul to it. Like there's like, okay, I could actually get excited about this. But when you see this channel right here, it's like, oh, no. We're going to do both right here. Double stop, please. Stop the BS. AGN's coming in to shut it down in this video. We got to do this here. So there we go, guys. Become a member. Only $3. Leave a tip down below. Support a real channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this. Remember, AGN is not against Xbox Helix getting a disk drive. AGN is against a fraud posting something and saying it's confirmed, developing with a check mark. What? Where? This is how you know he's fake. Just saying. We got a while to wait to see how things actually come out. We still got to see how Sony is going to handle this situation by 2028. It's still a while. It's not set in stone. But what I think is set in stone is they're going to try to avoid physical for sure. But how they're going to fully do everything, is there going to be any like little options? We don't know. Is there going to be some legality, courts stepping in? Who knows? But we'll find out over time. Remember, guys, keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. Remember, credible people said, and IGN, no confirmation. Pointing instead to a digital focus and to a disk to digital converter tool called positron. Now that right there is something that we could say we've heard about for a while. That other stuff, that's just some Xbox fanboy hoping that Xbox can somehow make some counter move to PlayStation and, oh, it's going to change and they're going to now be able to compete. And it's like, yeah, leave that for like the lamester channels. And I was like, yeah, okay, man, take the low IQ stuff over there. But the reality is, it's been over. Phil Spencer was the one who had told you that a while ago. He said it, like, wake up. Later.